Coming through Geocache Talk, a voice on the line I hear. Coming through Geocache Talk.
Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
Announcing the Cache Odyssey Geocoin, a tribute to exploration, accessibility, and the journey we share as a global geocaching community. Each coin represents your support and participation in the Cache Odyssey project and Geo Tours, a nationwide effort to create handicap-accessible geocaches and ensure that everyone can experience the joy of the hunt. With stunning artwork, the Cache Odyssey Geocoin captures both the spirit of geocaching and the heart of the Geocache Talk network. Whether you're adding it to your personal collection or gifting it to a fellow geocacher, this coin is more than just metal. It's a symbol of unity, inclusion, and adventure. And at just $20 each, it's an affordable way to both celebrate your passion and support the future of accessible caching. Don't wait. Supplies are limited. Grab yours today in the Geocache Talk shop and carry a piece of the Cache Odyssey with you wherever your adventures take you.
Big thanks to our new patrons. We don't have any new patrons. We could sure use some new patrons. If you're not a patron, we would love for you to join us for as little as $3 a month. You can help support the channel and help pay all the bills we got. So that would be great. Our featured patrons tonight are the states and countries that start with K. So we've got Lori, Ryan, Nicole, Carrie, Owen, and Angelia, and Tony. So thanks to all our patrons for keeping this show and all of our shows on the air. Let me bring in our host and our guest. And there they are.
Howdy, guys. How you doing?
What's up?
Hey,
So,
you look familiar, man. Just saying, I've seen your face somewhere before.
I just have one of those faces.
I guess so.
So we've got Pizza Ninja,
Howdy.
our anchor host, and we've got our frequent, Brian's been with us a few times, so our lovely guest. And,
Ooh, lovely. That's exciting.
He's
Whoa,
lovely.
Gary just doesn't say that to anybody.
That's
I just
right
got
here
to
in my
put it
heart.
out there. Yeah. So anyway, good deal. All right, let's get cranking. We've got a great show tonight. Yes, I am on the road, so if I fall into a electronic puddle, John will jump in and take over. So we'll be good. And I'll talk about what I did in Twig, which we're going to do now. So Twig is This Week in Geocaching. So, and I will go first. And my Twig this week is we had a surprise birthday party for a cacher friend of ours. And I was telling John and Brian before the show that I was surprised that he didn't know this was happening, but he didn't. He didn't know until he pulled up and they were walking in the door. And we ate it. Eat more catfish, John. You'd have liked this place. I'm sure you're a huge catfish fan. So
How can you not be? I mean, really, like the pairing with pizza is just like incredible with cat. I just have to say, Gary.
Yeah, I don't think there was any pizza there
That's a little unfortunate.
I know it was, but the shrimp were great. The hush puppies, got to get you a hush puppy, man. Hush puppies were great. A good time had by all. So that was a very good day. And we got him. He had some great gifts. So it was a lot of fun having everybody there and catfish pizza. I don't know. That's not really.
you could pizza catfish. Just saying. I mean, I'd try it.
I'm just wondering, is it like a hamburger that's pretending to be a pizza or something? Like if it's that kind of catfishing? I don't know.
I don't know. That's possible too, I guess. But it was good times. John, you want to explain a little more about? Tell us your twig, and also might want to explain about we are one host down. So I'll let you explain all that.
Yeah. So guys, Jesse couldn't make it tonight. There's a couple of theories out there. Okay, number one is I can't remember if Jesse and KBLAST have ever been on a show together at the same time recently.
No, they have
and
not.
I'm not commenting on anything. I'm just saying, I guess is the best way to put it, right?
Yeah.
But you never know. But I got some news, Gary. I got some news, and I got some pizza news, my friend.
Ooh.
And in pizza news this week, we had a really good week in our Lily Pad chat group. And if people haven't joined that, join the Pizza Fans group. It's an awesome group. But I got to share this beauty. This one's from Nicole B Genius. Now, for her birthday, she got this amazing pepperoni and cheese pizza on here. Like I don't know about you guys, but just looking at the here, it's like I can smell it. It's like that pizza goodness seems like it's like dripping all over it, right? And
absolutely.
So big happy birthday again to Nicole B Genius on that one. Nicole's just awesome. We all know it, and we hope she had an awesome birthday. And then we got another pizza submission too on Pizza Fans this week. This was from Schlambad, and on here, this was a new pizza place he tried in the Phoenix area, and he tried this one, and he said there was a really good, surprising crispiness to this pizza. And I don't know about you guys, but that just looks delicious to me. So
I'm all in. That looks awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's like there should be a
Are
show.
You craving cheesy goodness? It's time for Pizza Talk. Whether you're at your local pizza parlor, scarfing down gas station pizza, or just a fan.
Hey, welcome to Pizza Talk, guys. I'm here with my co-host, Brian KBLAST. How are you doing, KBLAST?
No.
Oh, man, Gary, did you mute KBLAST?
No.
I am muted myself, and I'm all in for Pizza Talk.
Yeah, man.
This show is always Pizza Talk. It's never Geocache Talk.
Absolutely. It's Pizza Talk all the time. And some shows masquerade as other shows every once in a while. But yeah, Pizza Talk, man. Pizza Talk, you just can't go wrong. Everybody craves that cheesy goodness, and they love it, in fact.
Oh, my.
And, I mean, we got a great comment from Sean, Asian-infused pizza with a fire-grilled crust. Absolutely, Sean. That's the way to go. And PWC NPC, a.k.a. the Dill Pickle Pizza Ninja, says, gonna go get my French bread pizza right now. So, yeah, a lot of good comments on the pizza in the chat room. So thank you guys for joining us on this one.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, switching topics from pizza for just a little while, guys. It's got to talk about coffee talk. So the weather up here in beautiful Western New York has been crazy cold, crazy not so good. But I had a coffee talk event on this Monday, and the weather wasn't good, but we had some awesome geocachers that showed up, including the Geocaching Ninja, Jesse West, and Dove 78. And I just want to give a big shout out to Logan. Logan, the Geocaching Ninja on here, he showed up in the coffee talk event, was his 7,000th find out there. So, big shout out to Logan on that one. That was awesome. That was so cool. He could celebrate. And, Logan and I are kind of firming up a new show proposal called Ninja Talk. So, just saying, guys, like so much goodness is going on here. But one of the things I thought for this week in geocaching, I wanted to share a log that I received on one of my caches. So many times we talk about our finds and we talk about our hides, but I want to talk about a log I got. And a log, not just on any cache type, but an adventure lab. So I got a review on an Adventure Lab, and I love this name. And I don't know if I've ever met this person, but I mean, awesome name. Their geo name is Adequate Footwear. Adequate Footwear on that one.
Adequate Footwear.
Yeah. So, I mean, how can you not love that as a whole? But he left me a review on my I Love New York Pickle Facts Adventure Lab. You know, because I mean, every state should have a, you know, like I Love My State Pickle Facts Adventure Lab. Right. And what he left for the review was, and this is his words, "Love a pickle!" exclamation point. We used to do pickle juice shots at my old job. It was fun mixed with a little jalapeno juice. TFTAL. So thanks for the Adventure Lab. Thanks for the Adventure Lab. Awesome. And I just thought that was like such an awesome like log review on that one. I was like, I just had to share. That made my day. But I know this week in geocaching too, guys, I just got one other item quickly I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. And do you guys know what's coming up on February 3rd?
Not Groundhog Day.
Second is Groundhog Day.
Yeah, well, you guys are right on that one. But February 3rd is Virtual Rewards 5.0 Day.
Ooh.
So on this one, like, you know, they announced it a while back, and but you know, basically the sense is how cool would it be to get another virtual, you know? So the requirements for this one was you had to have 3 non-event geocaches published in 2025, which I did. I don't know about you guys, but I did. And you had to have your geocaching account created before July 2025, which I think we all did too.
Yep.
And a cool thing about this one too is prior virtual reward recipients are eligible to participate. So so that means I'm eligible, and I think we all are. But you know, if you didn't get a virtual before, I think they're going to prioritize some people. But I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's like this is almost going to feel like Christmas Day. Hopefully, crossing my fingers on this one.
I've got one, but it's been way back. I think I got a 2.0 one. We're up to 5.0 now. So.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I
got one a long time ago.
That is awesome, man.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, maybe we'll all get, you know, some other ones on here too. And and I got one other thing I wanted to share on here too, guys, actually. Just to go on here is let me do a screen share because I don't know if everybody saw this in the app. And let me pull it up on here. There's a new experimental feature in the official geocaching app. Did you guys hear about this one for hiding caches?
No.
Oh, you didn't hear about this one?
On the app. Okay. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Okay, guys. So I got to pull this up. So if you go into your app and you go to hides, and this is an experimental feature you can turn on, you now have an unpublished tab here too. You got your coordinates one, and you got this plus up here. And on here, what you can do from the app itself is you can go up and select traditional cache to place a container at the posted coordinates and then continue. Yep. And you can actually go out in the app itself and submit a traditional cache to a reviewer for publishing. How cool is that?
Yeah, because so long there's been people who don't use a laptop, and they're like, why can't I log a cache or can't create a cache? Like, you got to go to a laptop to do it. But now you don't need a laptop.
Yeah, not at all. And you know, if you look at here too, I mean, they have different ones that are saying like, you know, web only, you know, for the multi-cache, mystery cache, earth cache, letterbox hybrid, where I go. So, you know, just makes you kind of wonder if you're going to be able to actually, like in the future, you know, maybe submit like other cache types too, just for the app itself. So I don't know.
Awesome if we get to go down and visit Jesse for a little bit and plug a whole bunch of reverse where I goes in his backyard. A reverse where I go geo art. That would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think especially if people were to do that surrounding every Taco Bell in the Tampa area, I think that would be like next level cool. Just saying on that one.
Absolutely. That'd be awesome.
I know. So guys, that's my twig. That is my twig this week.
Excellent. Well, we we talked about Brian doing a twig, but I think we're going to incorporate his twig into the actual show. Is that going to work, Brian?
Yep, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you, my friend, for being on. We had a long talk a week or so ago, and you told a great story, and I'm like, we've got to talk about this because it was incredible. So let's start by giving everyone the basics of where this whole thing began, because you were fortunate enough to be back in the Rose Parade, which is amazing. So let people know this was your second Rose Parade.
Yes,
Because you've also been in the Macy's Day Parade.
correct.
Twice?
Just once for that.
Just once, okay. But amazing that you've been able to be part of the Macy's Day Parade, but also the Rose Parade. And so start by telling folks, because I think every time you've been in the Rose Parade, there's been something that's gone on. And this was no exception. You had a little bit of precipitation, is what we could say.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Tell people about that.
First of all, we'll start off with just the Rose Parade in general. I'm in a group called the Saluting America's Band Directors, and it's a group to honor and tell people how much how important band directors are and how much they matter to the world. And we have directors from every state that are in this group, and we marched in 2022 as our first time. So 2022 marched in the Rose Parade back then, and it was gorgeous, amazing, and I had a great time. And then they brought the group back. It was supposed to be a one-time thing, and then they were like, "Hey, there's enough people that want to do this," and they said, "Well, let's do the Macy's Parade." So a couple of years ago, we did the Macy's Day Parade, and I got into that. And then for this time, they said, "All right, third time, we're going to go back to the Rose Parade. It's going to be amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, the Rose Parade. I mean, it's awesome. So I want to do it, but it costs a little money to go to California from Ohio." And so figuring everything out, and I just got to shout out real quick to my school where I teach. I'll give a shout out for this. I didn't think I was going to get to go because of the money situation, and I mentioned it to one of my co-teachers, and they got on. And the next, I just was telling them, I guess I'm not going to get to do it. And the next day, our school put up a thing on Facebook that said, "Help send Mr. Klinger to the Rose Parade," and all parents and everybody just started donating and paid off my entire trip.
That's awesome.
In a couple weeks.
That is so cool.
So it was just very, very cool having that from the parents, the kids, actually all the kids, a couple of kids. I got up to teach my band. I'm getting ready to teach, and a couple of the kids stand up and say, "You can't teach yet." I'm like, "What? Excuse me." And they have an envelope. They had gotten all the kids from the band together and just had them all bring in spare change and filled an envelope. Wow. Just the kids filled this envelope up with over $100 to thank me and say, we just wanted to be a part of helping you get to go. And that was just really, really special from the kids. And so that's how I got to go to the Rose Parade, was because of that. So, and people actually pitched in and helped so that my son could go with me. So it was very, very sweet. And I can't thank people enough. So I want to make sure that I got that thank you out before I got into all the other craziness that took place.
Yes, that's awesome.
So when you get into this,
that's it. Cool, Uncle Matt. That's cool by Tom. Go ahead.
That's why I love teaching music. Actually, it was one of the main reasons is all the life lessons that are involved there. It's in practice. It's not just learning stuff. You're actually doing it, and I totally agree, Tom. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, make it to LA. Get in there, and first night, we're getting ready. We have to go run and grab food. That's the only night we were able to get food. And the group I was with did not want to get pizza. I just thought
What, Brian?
Tweaking your head. I'm just saying I didn't have a whole lot of choice on that one.
Okay,
No.
this is starting to get crazy. Just saying. Really
I couldn't
crazy.
believe it either.
Yeah, mind blown, man.
But
my heart goes out to you.
You know, it's end of December, and we're out in t-shirts and shorts because that's the way LA weather is. And we walked to, about 15 blocks, and the whole way I'm, checking my phone. I'm like, hey guys, I know you don't know what this is, but I might have to stop along the route here and maybe take a little detour, kind of go around. And there was a geocache that popped up, and I'm like, hey, let's go down this block. Let's go this way first, then turn. And we get to this corner of LA and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, there's a thing here that, and my son actually was the one who spotted it.
Right.
Really?
Like, it was in the don't walk sign.
Oh, wow.
Like they had shoved it up into I haven't seen that before used like that. But so it was shoved up in there. And so we pulled that out and showed everybody like, that's crazy. I can't believe that was just sitting here and you knew it. And I started reading the description. And this is one of my favorite parts about geocaching too, is you read the description and it says, I just wanted to place caches in next to the tallest buildings in every state.
Wow.
And apparently the building that we found this at is the tallest building west of the Mississippi.
Oh, no way.
So if you follow the whole Mississippi River, west of that was the tallest building in all the way. Oh, wow. And I had to sit and I sat and I thought about it, and I'm like, well, I mean, I'm sure the Space Needle it might be taller, but this is an actual building, an actual skyscraper rather than whatever. So it was kind of cool. So I every time we drove by it, I'm like, whoever I was sitting next to, because there's 400 band directors, you don't know who you're going to sit next to on the bus. Right. And I'm like, hey, guess what? That's the tallest building west of the Mississippi. How'd you know that?
How'd you know that?
Game I play. So I get the cash out and I unroll it. I had forgotten to grab a pen.
No.
So I went to everybody in my group. Not a single one of them had a pen or a pencil. Not one person. And so I'm like, maybe I'll just put this back away and I'll come back later and sign it. And all of a sudden my son yells at me and says, hey, Dad, I think we're good. I'm like, why? He found some random stranger walking on the street and she had her purse. And she's like, I said, it'll just take me a second. She's like, nah, just take it. I'm done. And she left. And so I got a pen.
Cool.
So that was my first geocache this time around in California. And so went through the rest of the day and all that was awesome. And then the next day we went to the Pacific Ocean where it was up in the 70s and absolutely fantastic. And I enjoyed a little while and then went up onto the pier to go get the adventure lab that someone had placed up there.
Oh boy.
And it was actually a pretty cool adventure lab, just highlighting all the surfers and people who are from around that area. And so
cool.
That was Happy Hodag. That's awesome. KBLAST didn't find a pen. He would be the geocaching vlogger. 100%.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. So luckily with adventure labs,
that's awesome.
Yeah. With adventure labs, you don't have to have a pen. So
exactly.
That worked out really well. And went out onto the pier and enjoyed that. And as I got out to the end, there were orcas and dolphins in the ocean. Like actually jumping up, having a good time. Like everybody was oohing and eyeing, and I got a few pictures of it. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So it's just, what does geocaching take you to? It's just so cool. Just the things you run into when you're doing this.
Yep.
And then this has nothing to do with geocaching, but it's just a cool story real quick. New Year's Eve night. I actually
no, keep that one.
Oh, go ahead.
Keep that one. Or you want to do it now?
I'm trying to keep it kind of in order of when it happened, just because this one wasn't really geocaching related.
No, but it's amazing based on the rest of it. But go ahead. I like it. Keep going.
All right. Well,
I love this part.
that night, it's the night before going to the parade, and you got to get up early to get out there and get checked in and everything. So it's New Year's Eve night. And so at 9:00 Ohio time, I called my wife to wish her Happy New Year because, midnight, and she was going to bed. And so wished her Happy New Year. And then I had to go grab some food. And somebody said, okay, you ready, Pizza Ninja?
Yeah.
They said, hey, there's free pizza up here on the second floor if anyone wants to come get some.
Nice. Oh, man.
So
Talk about ringing New Year's the right way, man.
Heck
I mean,
yeah.
like you can't beat it with pizza. Just saying.
So I went down and got my pizza, and they were all sitting there talking, and they had a live band performing at the hotel. It was a pretty fancy hotel that we were at. And this live band is down there doing, 80s covers and 90s covers. And somebody says, we should grab our instruments. There's 400 band directors here. We should grab our instruments and go down and join them. And I'm like, I am going to go grab my instrument. So I went and grabbed my instrument and just stayed. They were down on the first floor in the lobby and doing a great job. They were an amazing band, cover band, and having a great time. And I'm just up there on the lobby, second floor, just playing my saxophone, and people would walk by and they're like, you should go down and join them. I'm like, they were all in tuxes and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm like, I don't think I really fit in. I shouldn't really do that. So I'm just up there jamming away on my sax, playing along with them. And all of a sudden, one of the bass player looks up and smacks his buddy next to him and says, hey, come. They started waving me like this. I'm like, me? I'm like, yeah, come on. So I'm like, okay. And everybody had already left because apparently they wanted to get up early for the parade or something.
Right.
So I couldn't believe it. I'm running downstairs, and they finished up their set. And the bass player said, hey, we were trying to get you in time. I saw you were trying to hurry up, but we want you to play on the next set. So when we come back from break, we're going to have you play with us. I'm like, dude, I'm not dressed for this. He's like, you're in shorts and a t-shirt. I wish I was. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to argue with you. So then I get on the big, massive 400-person group chat, and I'm like, guys, I'm going to play with the band. I can't believe it. So a few people came down to come check it out. I made my son come down and take pictures and everything. And they got all set up, and I started playing along with them, just kind of off on the side, but still with the band and with permission. I'm playing along, and the bass player comes down and kind of listens to me. And then he goes and he grabs a microphone and sets it down in front of me and says, play into this. We want to hear you. You sound amazing. I'm
wow,
like,
that is cool.
This is so cool. And so I basically, they had me play for the next hour.
Wow.
With them. So from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I got to play with them every song, and I was making up my parts completely, like just winging it and making it all up on the fly. And that was just an amazing, amazing experience. And
amazing.
Got to hang out with these cool dudes while I was playing in that band. So
wow. So pizza and playing with the band on New Year's Eve in LA.
On New Year's Eve in the middle of LA, a gig in the middle of LA. I can add that to my list of things that I've gotten to do.
That's true.
So that was super cool. It was a fun time. And then at that point, I'm like, all right, I do have to get up early. I got to go, guys. And got up the next day for going to march in the Rose Parade. And as Gary pointed out earlier,
the very wet Rose Parade.
It rained. And what I found out is it's only rained twice in the past, like 50 to, I don't know, it's like a crazy number of years. It's only rained twice on the Rose Parade day.
Wow.
And we got number 2. And it was not just a little rain. It was a complete downpour. We have red jackets and white shirts underneath, and almost all of us now have a pink shirt, a pink dress shirt from the red just bleeding onto this from all the rain. And we just having a good time hanging out and doing our thing. And later on, I found out we were watching the news, and the news that night said a winter storm came through this morning. I'm like, apparently 70 degrees and a bunch of rain is a winter storm in LA.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Definitely.
Send that to beautiful Western New York right now. We could use that kind of winter storm.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
know?
about all this weather that we've had here in Ohio and all the way down into Florida, from what I'm hearing. That
Yeah.
our friends down there, the Brad B&J Bish, they're down there freezing on the frozen couch.
That's right.
And so that would be an awful nice winter storm at this point, but it gully washer. Nice. So we started marching, and actually the rain stopped. Rain stopped for a little bit, and we got checking in from the frozen left side of the Orlando couch. That's right.
Go ahead.
So the rain finally stopped, and we're marching along, and we're all excited because we're getting ready to come up on TV Corner. They call it TV Corner. It's the only turn in the entire parade. You only turn once until the very, very end, and then there's a little turn. But we're coming up on the turn that's going to be on TV, and on TV, getting ready for this thing, and all of a sudden it starts an even bigger downpour, like completely drenching. I had water hitting my eyeballs because, you're playing like this, and it's actually coming into my eyes. I feel it on my contacts. The people around me are like, I can't see because they had glasses on, and it was completely like covering everything. All they could see was out of the side of their glasses. It was absolutely torrential how much rain came down while we were on TV. So if you ever look up look up the Rose Parade on YouTube, you will see a ton of videos of us playing our hearts out. And how much water I got in my sacks. I was having trouble playing on my reed because the reed was so soaked, like completely. I had to try to find a place to dry it off so that I could even keep playing. By the way, I played sax in my jazz band, and with that band, I played clarinet in the parade. But it was still the reed was completely soaked for that.
Dang.
And I was also very concerned because the pads and everything, all the woodwinds were concerned about their instruments getting soaked from this thing. But you do what you got to do. That's part. We expect our kids to do it. We all figured it was kind of karma for all the times that we made kids march in the rain before.
That's right.
Now, is your lesson on this when any of your kids bring up a rain experience, you're going to be like, well, let me tell you about the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
100%. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
So the Rose Bowl is 5.5 miles long. For those who don't know, it's a 5.5 mile parade. Oh, by the way, I forgot. This is my shirt. This was our float. That was this is the T-shirt cartoon version of our float this year.
Very cool.
So marching along behind the float, having a good time, and then all of a sudden it stops. And you're on a 5.5 mile parade, and you're like, why are we stopped in the middle of the road? And they actually made us, they stopped the drums, they stopped everything, and we're just standing there, and we're like, what's going on? They did that 3 times in the parade. It turns out
it's weird
that there were some, the rain and everything caused 3 floats to break down. Not ours.
Oh, God.
But 3 of the floats broke down, and they had to bring, a car, a tow truck to tow it out of the parade.
Wow.
And if you go and look at it, I didn't believe this at first. I went and looked it up online to find out if it's true. And yes, it is true. The Rose Parade can charge you $50,000 if your float breaks down in the middle of their parade.
Oh my God. Wow. That is nuts.
So we're sitting there stopped and, going around taking pictures and talking to people. And I'm checking my phone for geocaches. But the rule is if you leave the parade route, you are not allowed to come back in. That's a safety concern. So I was being in the middle of the road. There weren't a whole lot of geocaches there.
Right.
But just having a great time. It did stop raining after we got through TV Corner. It finally stopped raining, and we actually had we were already soaked, but it was pretty dry as far as rain coming down on us after that. So 5.5 miles of marching and going through all of this and just having an absolute blast. I was having the time of my life. I don't know. Do you know the 6-7 thing that's going on with middle schoolers and everything. I don't know.
I've heard this. And, you know, my parking tag at work is actually 6'7". Just saying. You know, it really is. It really is.
It's like a running gag with them. They're like 6-7, and all the band directors, of course, deal with this. And we played the song 76 Trombones, and every time that song came up, I wouldn't yell out 770. I'd yell out 6-7, and all the people along the parade route are cracking up laughing. All the kids, particularly, or rolling their eyes, one or the other. It was screams. Got through the parade, and for those who don't know, when you get to the end of the Rose Parade, they give you 2 In-N-Out burgers.
Whoa!
Wow!
Delicious, best burgers you'll ever eat after marching 5.5 miles.
Oh, I bet you were wiped out again.
Completely wiped, and those burgers just really hit the spot. You know, recarbed up. I'm ready to go, and I went. There's a little time left. I wonder if there's any geocaches around here. So I pulled up my app, and sure enough, there was one only, you know, a third of a mile to a half mile away. That's not bad.
It's not bad.
No. Geocaching distance, that's like a hop, skip, and a jump, right?
That's exactly.
You already walked 5 miles.
I start going after this, and right as I'm about halfway there, I get the, hey, everyone back to the buses. I'm like, forget this. I'm finishing. I kept going, and I got all the way to the geocache, and the geocache is literally on the parade route.
Really?
All the people who just watched me march past them, that's where the cache was right next to where they were. And so there's still, the parade is over at this point, so it's not like the same, but it was still kind of funny going back and being like, I was just here and missed it. And it was a cool little hidden cache, and did my best to be stealthy, but I found a cache on the Rose Parade route. So
that's awesome.
That was pretty fun. And then I made it back before everyone else did, so I was in good shape. I kind of hustled a little bit, and my dogs were tired at that point after getting back to the bus.
I bet.
But this is one of those nights or this trip, it's like, wow, what a great trip. And Brian's going, boy, there's more.
Absolutely. So again, yeah, it was that by itself is we kept making jokes that we were the coolest room. Me and my roommate were the coolest room out of 400 band directors, because he actually, have you ever heard of now I'm blanking on the name. TV show on Bravo, and that's out of LA, and he went to their club, and they said, yeah, we don't have a DJ for tonight. He said, I'll DJ for you. So he DJ'd at a club that gets featured on Bravo.
Wow.
2 different nights. So we had the cool room. So you would think that would be enough to be an amazing experience.
But wait, there's more.
But wait.
There's more?
There is more.
Wow.
So this gets, first part leads to my twig this week in geocaching.
Yeah.
So after marching 5.5 miles, then going and finding a geocache, and then getting on the bus, I got back to the hotel and soaked my feet in their pool for a while.
Right.
And then went, we have this whole night, and I'm in the middle of LA. I'm going to go explore. So I went up to Hollywood. There's the public transportation can take you up to Hollywood. And I said, hey, anybody want to join us? So we had actually a group of about 10 people went up to Hollywood with me. And we took the public transportation, got up there and wandered the streets, got to see the theater, got to see the Dolby Theater, the Chinese theater with the prints in the ground and everything. And of course, Adventure Labs all over the place. I had no idea what Adventure Labs I was even doing. You know, I'm just on my app going, that one looks good.
Yeah.
You sure you want to do this one? Yeah, I do. So I'm like jumping from Adventure Lab to Adventure Lab, going all over the place. I have no idea what I'm even doing. If there's an Adventure Lab, I'm hey guys, hang on a second. I got to go find this real quick.
Yeah.
And, they were actually having a good time with me. They're like, this is kind of cool, answering all these questions and figuring this stuff out. And I got to see some cool things like some of the stars. Like, did you know there was a New York's fireman's star, like all the stars there for all the famous people.
Oh,
And
I know.
New York
Fame.
Fire Department, or sorry, not New York. I'm sorry, California Fire Department, LA Fire Department has its own star.
Oh,
Wow.
cool. That's
And I
awesome.
didn't know that except for Adventure Labs.
Lab. Bum, bum, bum.
You got to love Adventure Labs, right?
It is.
Got
These were actually really, really cool. And
Very cool.
so as I'm doing all the Adventure Labs and having a good time, I get to the last one. It says, all right, now you can go to, if you want to find the bonus cache,
Yep.
go ahead and you can message me and I'll give you the coordinates to the bonus cache.
Oh.
So I'm like, all right, got to go
Good.
find this bonus cache. It was archived,
Oh, man. That is
Oh my.
but I went into the cache page, looked at it, sent a message anyway, because there were a whole bunch of people who have logged this cache since it was archived.
Mm.
I'm
wow.
like, well, if everyone else is going to archive, is going to log this cache, I'm going to go ahead and log this cache. And I was willing to go find it. I sent a message and waited 2 or 3 days. And when I didn't get a response, there were a few people that had logged and said, well, since the cache owner said to go ahead and log it, I'm going to go ahead and log it, because that's what literally the cache owner said is, because this cache is now archived, message me and I'll give you the coordinates and then you can just log it because it's not there. Was basically what the cache owner said. So I'm like, all right, sweet. I'm going to go ahead and log this thing. And I found it. So now we get to my twig.
Yes.
This week in geocaching for me, as most of you know, there was a snowpocalypse.
Yes.
And it was, we got that Western New York weather here in Ohio.
Oh man, you know Western New York likes to share sometimes. You
It
know,
was very, very thoughtful of you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't have school this entire week as a band director.
Whoa.
Zero school because it was so cold. They didn't want the kids out in the freezing temperature. So
Wow.
I had no school. It was sub-zero. I did not go geocaching this week.
Yeah. Zero. Not only do you have zero geocaches,
And then 2 days ago, I
you
get
have
a
minus one.
notification from Groundspeak saying your log has been deleted.
Whoa.
And so this is my first week in my history that I found -1 geocaches. It goes with
Negative
temperature,
one.
I guess.
Yeah, that is a downer. -1.
-1 geocache.
I'm sorry, my friend. For as long as we've been doing Twig, I don't think anybody's had -1 geocaches. So you are on the board with -1.
Yes. First time for some things. So
Yeah.
Groundspeak was completely right. It was not. It's not how you're supposed to play the game. But
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad about it at all. It was just kind of a surprise. You know, here we are almost a
funny.
month later, and they're like, hey, by the way,
Yep.
deleted. So,
But wait, there's more.
but wait, there's more. So finish up in Hollywood. The next day, we had to play. I shouldn't say had to. We got to play at what's called Float Fest, where all the floats are out there for you to be able to see, like back to back to back, and we're playing and having a good time.
Yeah.
And that's in the morning. We finish that up and we're done. But I don't fly out till the next day, the next morning at 5 a.m. So it's January 2nd. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I just grab there was a bus to take me to my final hotel for the January 2nd to January 3rd night. And we get on that bus and we head over. And I had noticed that Cache Odyssey was not that far from LA, at least by my geocaching standards.
Cache Odyssey, California.
Cache Odyssey, California. And I sat there and kept kind of going back and forth, you know, looking at the public transportation because I don't have a car. And I was doing all my research and saw that there was this thing called the San Bernardino line, which takes you to Rancho Cucamonga, which
Yep.
is where Cache Odyssey, California is.
Right.
And I started looking at all this and reading up on, you got to take this train to this, to this, to this. So like all of these different public transportation ways to get there. And most of them are like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I'm like, when else am I going to be back here? I need to go ahead and do this. So I love public transportation. I did it in Chicago when I lived there. I did it when I was in New York. I actually did it when I was in LA last time because I got to go to the Rose Bowl. So I took public transportation from the parade to the bowl. So I'm like, this isn't that big of a deal. I just get my bus pass, my card, and I put some money on it, and I get on it, and I jump on the train, and I jumped on the wrong.
What could go wrong?
On the wrong one.
Wait.
No.
There
That
were
would go wrong.
2 different colors that come to that train stop, and I got on the wrong one.
Yep.
So I had to ride that thing for about a half hour to the next stop, get off, wait for the train to go back. So then I had, I'm an hour and 15 minutes into this now going, now we're starting to push it because we're getting close to 4 o'clock after, figuring everything out. I'm getting close to 4:35. I'm like, when else am I going to be in California? I got to do this.
You got to go.
So I waited for the right color train, and I got on the right color train this time.
Right.
And I got on that train and rode it, and it said, get on the silver line. I'm like, I'm not going to mess it up this time. So I get off the train and start going down all these stairs to what they called the silver line. And I'm ready to get on a train. And it takes me down to the street.
The train
I'm like,
takes you down to the street.
Getting off of this thing takes you down to the street, and it says Silver Line pickup here. It's a bus.
Oh man. Was the bus going to the 405 during rush hour?
Yeah, really.
It was definitely not, and it was raining out and everything. And I'm like, when else am I going to be here? I'm getting on this bus.
I'm getting on the bus.
So I get on the bus and I look at the bus driver and I'm like, does this bus take me to Union Station? And, bus drivers aren't used to people talking to them. I know that about public transportation. He rolls his eyes at me and says, yes. I was like, oh, look, tourist. And so I get on the bus and it's driving up the road and I'm on the highway just kind of watching my time going, oh, I hope I can make it all right, and trying to see how this works. And so I'm driving and I get to Union Station and I jump off the bus and I go into Union Station. I know that there's a San Bernardino that comes out of Union Station. It's called the SB train.
San Bernardino.
And I get into the station and this place is massive. I've been in Grand Central in New York. This place was also massive.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. There's no one here to ask. Like, they expect you when you get there to know what you're doing. And so I just head down this big, massive tunnel. I'm like, there's a big tunnel to trains. Let me see if I can find SB. And wouldn't you believe it? Two signs in, it says SB. I'm like, that's got to be it. Leaving in 2 minutes.
Whoa.
So I go kind of running to get up to the sign, go up the stairs, and jump onto the train. And I'm like, sweet. Wait a minute. I did not swipe my bus pass, but I'm on the train. And so I'm sitting there kind of not sure what to do here. And it was a really nice train. It was a really clean train. So I'm like, it should be safe. So I look at one of the other people on the bus, on the train, and I said, hey, this is the one that goes to San Bernardino that goes through Rancho Cucamonga, right? He looks at me like,
what?
He's like, yeah, it does. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm on the right train. I'm not going to worry about it. And right about then, the doors close. So I go and find a seat. And the train takes off and starts going. And it says it's about, when I looked it up earlier, it was about an hour and a half ride on the train. Like I told you, it was very, very close to LA by geocacher standards.
Right.
So I'm on this train, and all of a sudden, as the train's riding, a conductor shows up and says, "Tickets, please."
Ooh.
Oh no.
I don't have a ticket. I am sitting here, I just watched the Polar Express where the little girl didn't have her ticket, and the conductor grabs her by the arm and takes her on top of the train and is going to throw her off. And I'm just kind of waiting for my turn.
Right.
And he's going along scanning everyone's phone, scanning all these whatever. He comes up to me and says, "Ticket, sir." I look at him. I said, I screwed up. And he says, "What?" I said, I screwed up. I don't have a ticket. I didn't know what I was supposed to do here. And he's like, "Just download the app and get the ticket." I'm like, "Oh." So he shows me a QR code, and I get to the app, and I'm like, "Okay, this is it." He's like, "Yeah, that's it." So I downloaded the app, and I had to go through and find the ticket and everything. And I see the ticket that was for the time that I left.
Right.
It says you're going to pull into Rancho Cucamonga at 7. So I'm like, I paid for that. It was only like $10, which is what I was expecting. I just had no idea that I had to buy the ticket. So I paid my ticket, and I'm sitting there waiting for the conductor to come back. Hour and a half ride, he never shows up.
Never showed up again.
Show up
once.
Oh my. And there's just all kinds of crazy stuff happening on this train. A guy went into the bathroom and shut the door. There's a bathroom on the train. And the guy that had given me the information that I was on the right train, he gets up to go to the bathroom and like starts shaking the door.
Oh no.
Like, pounding it and rattling the door. And I hear from inside, "Hey, I'm going to the bathroom in here. You wait." Like screaming. And the guy, he turns around and makes this face at me and says,
"Oh my."
I'm like, I just look at him like, I don't know either. So
yeah, really.
He goes back, and finally when the door opens, the guy goes, "You can go now." He's like yelling at the whole train. Yeah. And
oh
my buddy got up and he used the bathroom and came back. And then as we're coming up on Rancho Cucamonga, he screams at me through the whole train, "Hey, dude, this is your stop, man. Time to get off." Thanks, buddy. Glad you're here for me like that.
Yeah, he was looking out for you.
Yeah, really.
Not everybody does that,
It was very, very kind. So I'm sitting there. I get off the train. Now, on the train, while I was on my way, I found out two things. One, you can't walk to the Cache Odyssey from the train because it's a good clip away from where the train is. So I contacted the cache owner and asked him, "Hey, what would you recommend?" And he actually was super awesome. He says, "I'm going to come meet you at the train station and pick you up and take you to my cache."
No way.
That's awesome.
I said, "I'm going to do that because I see that you're the Cache Odyssey owner in Ohio, and I'm going to do a favor to another Cache Odyssey hider."
Yeah, that was Larry the Pool Guy, right?
Yeah, Larry the Pool Guy. Super awesome dude. Came and picked me up and took me. And the second thing I found out, I went and got my ticket, and I was looking at tickets to get back to LA.
Right.
I told you the train arrived at Rancho Cucamonga. I don't know if I said this. It arrived at 7 p.m.
Okay.
The last train out of Rancho Cucamonga is 7:15.
No.
Oh, no.
And I thought to myself, when else am I going to be here? I'm going to go find this cache.
You've got to do it.
All of this.
Yeah.
And I called my wife and made sure that I wasn't going to be in super huge trouble. And she said, we'll figure it out. I said, yes. So I got in the car with Larry the Pool Guy. Like I said, super awesome dude. Takes me to the Cache Odyssey, California. Awesome cache. Super cool cache. Really, really enjoyed that cache.
That's a great Cache Odyssey.
It was a lot of fun figuring out what to do. And he was really, really cool about it. He's like, "All right, here you are. You figure it out." Like, he didn't try to give me any hints. He didn't try to do anything. I just went through and figured it all out. thank you, Katie. I'm glad it's not just me. Katie says, honestly, I would have done the same thing. So thank you so much for validating what you're about to find out in a second here. So it's already past 7:15. And he says, well, you want to go find some more caches? I said, when else am I going to be here?
Why not?
So we went around and found 4 of his caches. And I'm telling you, I didn't have to look very hard. I just pulled up my app and sorted by favorites near me, and they were all his. He has some super awesome, cool caches. If you're ever in the Rancho Cucamonga area, if you ever go to get the Cache Odyssey, California, take the time, put aside time to go find his caches, because they were all like, they weren't just gadgets. They were unique. He took things that were a part of the landscape or things that he found or whatever and made them into geocaches. He literally was that's not trash, that's a geocache. He was in that.
That's right.
he was in that camp. And some very, very well done, very creative, very cool caches. And so I really enjoyed my time going around with him and figuring this stuff out. And then we're kind of at the end. It's 8 o'clock. It was an hour to find 4 caches in the area. And I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how I'm going to get back now.
Now you got to figure out a way to get home.
And so,
yeah.
My wife called a couple people that she knows that are, LA friendly. And one of them, she called a friend of ours from Alaska who has contacts in LA. And so they're trying to get me a ride, and no one can give me a ride. They're like, well, if you can get back into Union Station. I'm like, if I could get back to Union Station, we wouldn't have this problem. I know how to get from Union Station back to LA. It's get back to the airport. I tried all kinds of things. I don't know if you guys have you seen the automatic driving cars that are out going now?
Oh, the Waymos? Is that
the
what
Waymos?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, those look cool.
There were some in LA and my roommate used them. And so I'm like, I looked up Waymo to see if it worked, and they don't drive all the way to Rancho Cucamonga apparently. And so I'm going around, we nothing worked out. So I did the only thing left that we had any idea. I got an Uber.
Sometimes you gotta.
It's an hour and 15 minutes by car. So an hour and 15-minute ride in Southern California.
Yep.
All the way from Rancho Cucamonga to LAX.
That's probably the cost of a lot of large pizzas. Just saying.
Over $100.
Oh, wow.
That was not in the budget.
No.
But I had to get home. And what else am I going to? No, that doesn't work.
What else do you do?
No. But so I went out and waited for the car to come. Larry, the pool guy, took me to his house so I'd have a place for them to come pick me up, and got to meet his amazing wife. It was a very, very just awesome guy. Very, very cool. Very cool dude. Anyway.
Yep.
Get out to the Uber, and I walk up and I said, you want me in the front or the back? Because it's an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know what people want. I don't take Ubers. Yeah. This isn't my thing.
Right.
And he just kind of points at both and says, you pick. So I'm a friendly person. And so I got in the front seat. And so I get in the front seat and I start, this is what I do. I talk to people. I'm like, we're going to be an hour and 15 minutes. I'm not going to sit in silence. And I was like, hey, so is this your regular job? Is this what you do for a living? And he's like, no, and this is important for later. So that's why I'm saying I'm helping. God provides. I'm like, right. Okay, God provide. I don't know what that means, but I mean, I know what it means to me, but I didn't know what he was meaning by that. He's like, God provide. I'm like, okay. And then as I'm talking, I realize he doesn't speak English.
Right. I was about to say,
So I realized that he's just kind of using what he can and trying to communicate with me and being an awesome dude. Right. And so little by little, I figured this out. So I'm trying to have this great conversation with this guy. And so I'm trying to simplify all of my words. He's trying to respond. Actually, at one point, he pulls his phone that's navigating us to LAX off and uses Google Translate while he's driving to show me what he's trying to say. And so we're going back and forth. And he was from Palestine. Super awesome guy. Apparently, he came over from Palestine. And so he explains to me that he is Islam. I'm like, okay. He's like, Islam, Jew, Jesus. Which one are you?
Which one are you? Pick one.
So that was the start of my conversation with him, and we just kept talking about anything and everything that we could, and
that you communicate.
So this is all leading up to the big moment. The big moment when he says, I'm having this great conversation for 45 minutes with him. He tells me that he's trying to learn our language and he's trying to learn English better. And I'm like, I wish I lived closer so that I could help you learn English better. And I meant it. I would have loved to sit and hang out with this guy and help him learn English. And he says, 3-4 blocks. I'm like, what? 3-4 blocks. I'm like, and he finally pulls up his Google Translate. He's like, I live 3 to 4 blocks from where I picked you up.
Oh.
So I'm like, I started laughing. He's like, what? I said, I met the guy where you picked me up an hour ago. What?
Right. What?
He's like freaking out. I'm like, he's like, I don't know what to tell you. He's like, why, what are you doing? What? Like, he's freaking out. Why you meet this man? And I'm like, playing a game. And he says, game? What game? Larry the Pool Guy. Ooh. They say, I saw that. I can believe it. I don't know the other one, but Larry the Pool Guy is super awesome.
Yeah.
But, so he says, what kind of game? And I'm sitting here with a guy who speaks broken English.
Right.
I'm sitting here going, how do you explain geocaching
Ooh.
to someone from Palestine who told me at the beginning, God provides my food. God provides this. God provides, like, that's a lot of the conversation. And I'm like, well,
okay,
playing a game, go and find things hidden all over. Only one in California. One special one, California.
Right.
Had to go here to find it. He's like, you playing game? How you get there? And I said, I took the train to San Bernardino. San Bernardino! He just absolutely starts just going absolutely bonkers. Like, I'm afraid he's going to drive off the road.
Right.
Because it's still raining and they don't know how, they're not used to that in LA. And he's just absolutely flipping out. San Bernardino, bad place, horrible. No, you San Bernardino, bad. You check Chat GPT, San Bernardino, worst city in California.
Oh my!
Said, I don't have Chat GPT. He grabs his phone off of his car, hands it to me, says, here, Chat GPT, you look it up. I looked up Chat GPT, worst city in California. It was number 4.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like all the way there. Just
the worst, but it was
on the list.
And it gave a whole lot of reasons why it was on the list, and it definitely deserved to be there according to the reasons that it gave. And so he's like, I told you, San Bernardino bad. I'm like, I didn't go all the way to San Bernardino. I stopped in Rancho Cucamonga. He's like, how did you get there? I said, on the train. He's like, train bad too.
train.
absolutely just yelling at me.
And you're like, of course, an Uber driver would say that, right?
He's going
He's
bonkers
an
on me,
Uber
and I'm like, how do I get this guy to calm down? He finally says, "What would you do? Something bad? What would you do?" And I looked at him and said, "Well, God provides."
driver.
And he
Perfect.
says, "Thank you, Brian."
Yes. You got him.
Good to talk to you.
He set you up.
And then he says, "Wait, you spend over $100 on a game? You could have bought food with that. You could have you play game, you buy food."
Could have been pizza.
I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, something tells me when he went home to his wife, like he was just telling her about this guy named Brian and his like misadventures. Just saying.
I think that's probably the case. It was
that's insane.
He did take me all the way to my stop, and I gave him a nice tip, and it was very friendly at the end. He was an awesome dude. I was glad to know him for my hour and 15-minute ride that was way more expensive than I should have ever been. So
yeah, but you had to do it.
I had to do it. When else am I going to be there?
Absolutely.
That's right.
That right there is the be all and end all for all of these. You take advantage of the opportunities when you get them, and you got to go for it. And sometimes that might be the most expensive geocache I've ever gotten. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably so. But you got to play in a band on New Year's Eve.
Eat pizza on New Year's Eve too. Keep that in mind. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, include that.
Yeah.
Playing the soaked rose parade, the rained out rose parade. You had an incredible adventure. You really did, Brian.
Yeah.
It was unreal. And that's why I put the subtitle underneath my name. I sometimes I don't even believe it. And Tom, you are correct.
Keywords so far.
Yes.
Ryan, would be cheaper to just rent a car.
Oh.
Awesome.
I was going to say, for some reason, your adventure kind of almost reminds me of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. You know, I see some parallels along the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, that might need to be a story to put on here sometime.
Yes.
Because I've been to West Virginia's oldest. That was a fun. I hiked the whole thing, so that didn't cost me anything.
West Virginia's oldest is kind of up in the hills, isn't it?
It's way up in the hills. It was incredibly exhausting, but it was fantastic. But on the way back down, we were trying to grab a ride with people who were on four-wheelers.
Yeah, I think it is in the basement of the Alamo, what I recall. So that's good. That cache that's a really good cache there in the basement. No, the Alamo doesn't have a basement.
It does now, Gary.
Right.
It does now.
Well, good times. Well, do we have? I think you have one starred one. John, do you want to comment on that one, and we'll kind of as we're starting.
Yeah. So Happy Hodag asked us, and we didn't get a chance to ask you during the story, but he says, so you got your souvenir for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in California. Is that right?
Sure did.
He did.
Man. Awesome.
That's incredible. Yeah. So as we wrap up tonight, I loved the story so much. I love the whole thing. When Brian told me that whole thing, I was like, dude, you've got to tell everybody this crazy story, because it wasn't just one story. It was a whole dozen stories all put together in one trip. And I was like, dude, that's amazing. So I thank you so much for coming on and telling these crazy, crazy stories. So,
and they're so crazy, Gary, but if anybody knows Brian, like somebody could tell you that, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound right. And then Brian tells it, and it's like totally par for the course for KBLAST, you know?
Yeah.
I've heard that.
It's not the same as the Well, I had to reach out and grab something, or I was gonna fall off the side of the hill,
That was a fun story
which
too.
Yeah.
which was a fun story and a crazy story too. So, oh man, awesome. Um, great. Thank you so much for sharing all that. And um, John, I guess we'll go around and do a wrap up of tonight's. It was incredible. Again, John, what are some of your final thoughts tonight?
Yeah, I mean, final thoughts on this one. I'm going to tell more about upcoming shows a little bit later
Yes,
too on this one.
yes, absolutely.
But man, Brian, always good to see you, man. I've missed you so much since Pizza Talk. Brian and I have so much pizza history on here too. If it's pizza at Geo Woodstock, Pizza Talk, Pizza Pizza Trail. Yeah, Pizza Trail. I was about to say Pizza Tour, but I think that's a project that we're incubating that we can't just talk about yet, the Pizza Tour,
right.
but Pizza Trail. It's just like Brian and I've had so many incredible adventures throughout the years. It's like it's always great seeing him, hearing the stories, and I feel like this is like if there was like a chapter of your adventures, like I feel like we're not even on like chapter 4 or 5, and like the KBLAST quest of adventures in geocaching,
He's had
And
some wild ones.
I know, and it's like, man, can't wait to hear more coming up too, But yeah, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Brian's few last words, and then we'll go back to John for the upcomings. What's your, as you look back on it now that you've slept a little bit since then?
I think the biggest thing for me is I am so glad to get the opportunities that I've gotten. Like, there are a lot of crazy things that I end up doing, and I want to live life. I want to experience everything that I can. And when I did the Rose Parade the first time, they asked, hey, who here wants to do a solo real quick? And I love soloing, and I didn't raise my hand fast enough. And to me, that's like, I only have 2 regrets. One was losing one of the pins that I really wanted to have, the keepsake. And then number 2 was not raising my hand fast enough. And so this whole trip, I'm sitting here going, people donated money and helped me make this opportunity. I'm going to own every bit of this, and I'm going to seize every opportunity that comes my way. I don't care what it is. I don't care what's going on. I did a lot of crazy things. I didn't want to like bog down with a bunch of non-geocaching stories. Just, I told some of the coolest ones, but I played for a parrot. I mean, just all kinds of crazy things that I got to do. And it's because I have decided that I don't want to live life with regrets and go, yeah, I could have done that, but I was too afraid to, or I didn't. And while I'm not thrilled with how much the cost was, the experience is something that I will have for the rest of my life and be able to share. And I also got to make a difference in lives of people. I got to meet Larry the pool guy and got to spend time with him. I got to meet this Uber driver and got to share an awesome ride with him. And like you said, who knows what he went home and told everybody after that.
Right.
I want to spend time with people, care about people, and enjoy life. And that, to me, if I have a whole lot of adventures that end up being crazy like this, then to me, that's a life well lived.
That's awesome. Very good. Thanks, Brian. That was great. John, what do we got coming up?
Yeah, so Gary, I just want to talk about a lot of the cool stuff coming up. We got and on Tuesday we have Puzzle Talk. Now, Woo-hoo! Charles and Tom, they're doing a show about rebus puzzles on here. So I know Happy Hodag on Facebook said actually one of the first puzzles he ever looked at was a rebus puzzle. So you're going to want to tune in and check that one out. That's going to be really cool. And I do want to mention on here too that there's no Geocache Talk next Sunday. There's something else going on next Sunday. It's like the Superb Owl or something.
The big game.
Oh, the big game. Yeah,
it's a
that's right.
big game.
The
can't
other
really
big game.
refer
We all
to
know
the
geocaching is the
main
real
game.
big game, but the
It's a
other
really
big game.
game.
Other
Yes.
big game. I think geocaching is still
Yeah.
bigger. Just
This
saying.
is one of the best geocaching days because no one's out. They're all
True.
inside. So this is a chance to go out and find stuff and not have to worry about muggles.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
true. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then February 10th, guys, we got Challenge Talk coming up, and they're continuing with the Year 2000 series. So the one on February 10th is going to be focusing on August 2000 caches. So if you're a relatively new geocacher, you may not know there's actually only 4 geocaches left from August of 2000. So
That's
it's an
true.
incredible month, and it's going to be an incredible show. And then February 17th, we have Gadget Talk. And Gadget Talk, you know, we covered 3D prints last time and how to do 3D printing. Now we're going to talk about designing 3D prints. So
cool.
that's going to be really cool because we're going to cover Fusion 360, SolidWorks, and Tinkercad. And also on the show with Chad and I are going to be Mike 22 Teps, aka Amateur Gadget Caches. And then
Cool.
Just Ducking Around too. So Just Ducking Around we've had on the show before, and he makes some amazing gadget caches
That's
out
awesome.
of Connecticut. So yeah, it's going to be a really cool show too.
Awesome. Well, thank you, John, for that. And Brian, it was incredible. I love it. Those stories are incredible. I'm so glad we were able to share those. And that was again. We had to have you on to tell these stories because they're incredible.
Glad to do it, man.
You
Yeah.
bet.
Thank you for coming on, my friend.
All right. Well, everybody get out, get some caches this week, and we'll talk to everybody soon.
Yeah.
Good night,
Take care,
everybody.
Have a great night.
May your finds be many and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.